Here's a question most people are afraid to ask. Did ancient humans marry their own relatives? Think about it. Small groups, isolated tribes, limited options. Who exactly were they supposed to find? The answer involves ancient DNA, prehistoric ceremonies, and a discovery that genuinely shocked scientists. And it explains something huge about why humans survived when other species didn't. To understand this properly, we need to go back around 34,000 years. Scientists discovered human remains buried at a site in Russia called Sungir. For individuals, two adults and two children buried head-to-head in the same grave. Scientists extracted DNA from their remains, and what they found shocked everyone. Despite living in an extremely small, isolated group, none of them were closely related. At most, they were second cousins. No brothers and sisters. No parents and children. This was not an accident. Scientists concluded they were deliberately avoiding inbreeding. But how? How did such a small group manage to find partners outside their own family? The answer is they built social networks, trading systems, alliances between tribes. Young men and women would deliberately travel to neighboring groups to find partners. This was not random. It was organized. It was intentional. Scientists found jewelry and ornamental objects buried with the remains at Sungir. These objects were extraordinarily complex for their time, taking hundreds of hours to create. Scientists believe these ornaments were used to mark special social ceremonies, possibly the earliest form of marriage rituals ever recorded. The earliest wedding, 34,000 years ago. Now here is where it gets really interesting. The Neanderthals were doing something completely different. DNA taken from a Neanderthal found in the Altai Mountains showed severe inbreeding. Their parents were closely related, possibly siblings or parent and child. Neanderthals lived in small isolated groups and rarely exchanged partners with other communities. Over generations, this created serious genetic problems, weakened immune systems, reduced fertility, physical defects passing down through generations. Scientists now believe this is one of the key reasons Neanderthals went extinct. While ancient humans were building networks, Neanderthals were closing theirs off, and that difference may have determined which species survived. Now, what about the farmers? Because here is where the story gets complicated. When humans transitioned from hunting and gathering to farming around 10,000 years ago, inbreeding actually increased. Why? Because farming tied people to one piece of land. You couldn't just wander to the next tribe to find a partner anymore. You stayed where your crops were. Archaeologists found evidence of this in remains from ancient Jordan. 10,000-year-old farmers showing clear signs of inbreeding, missing teeth, bone abnormalities, clear genetic consequences. So the real answer to our original question is this. Hunter-gatherer humans, the earliest of our ancestors, deliberately avoided marrying relatives. They were smarter about this than we ever gave them credit for. They developed rules, ceremonies, rituals, to make sure it happened. The jewelry found at Sungir wasn't just decoration. It was the world's first social contract. It was proof of alliance, of exchange, of trust between strangers. These small decisions made 34,000 years ago around a fire shaped the entire future of human civilization, because it wasn't just about avoiding genetic problems. By exchanging partners between tribes, ancient humans were also exchanging knowledge, skills, tools, and culture. Those social networks were the foundation of everything that came after. Trade, language, cities, civilization itself. All of it traces back to a small group of ancient humans who looked at each other around a fire and decided, we need to go further. Did ancient humans marry their relatives? The hunter-gatherers, our earliest ancestors, went out of their way to make sure they didn't. They were smarter, more organized, and more socially advanced than we ever imagined. And that decision, that single instinct to connect beyond their own circle, is the reason every single one of us is here today.